In this tutorial, I will discuss the IR port configuration in the data event. I'll look at the send command keyword and use product information, or AMX-PI, to find the required keywords and apply them in Netlink Studio. In Lesson 1, you were given an overview of the Netlink's processes and learned how event handlers run in their own threads. You used a button event to specify what code you wanted the controller to execute in association with a method, i.e. push, release, or hold. Similarly, IR port configuration code can be associated with an online method in a data event. The purpose of the online method is to execute code the moment after a specific Netlink's device reports itself online on the Netlink's bus. IR ports on Netlink's controllers can in fact be configured and used as either default IR ports or as one-way serial ports, and therefore it is necessary to tell the controller how you would like the port configured from the onset. In other words, as soon as the Netlink's controller is booted up and the IR port is online, the port must be configured for IR. IR mode is the default configuration for Netlink's controllers, but it shouldn't be assumed that the proper IR mode has been set. There are two instructions which I'll be demonstrating here and that must be used in Netlinks to configure the IR port for IR use. These are set mode IR, which sets the IR port into IR operation mode, and carry on, which turns on the carrier signal required for IR signal modulation. There are other instructions too, which are used to fine-tune the IR port for specific applications. They typically are not required for normal IR operation and therefore won't be included in this tutorial. These instructions are used in conjunction with the send command keyword. The specifics will be covered in other tutorials, but for now, I will be demonstrating its use and where to find the parameters or instructions shown here to complete the statements for IR port configuration. The send command instructions are found in AMX product information, or PI. So open up your web browser and go to www.amx.com. Click on Tech Center. Then on the left-hand side over here, click on AMX PI v2 or version 2. You will find the send commands for all AMX devices. For IR port configuration, you'll find the send commands by drilling down to the devices which have IR control ports, like NX series controllers, Innova DGX digital media switchers, Masio control pads, DVX controllers, and several others. I'll drill down to the DVX integrated switches since I'm using one for this demo. Under the contents, click Command Definitions, Hybrid Switching and Control, All-in-One Presentation Switchers, and I'll choose the DVX 2255 HD. In the window, you'll see the send command URLs. It states right near the top. The commands listed below are for the switcher only. For generic Netlinks commands, see the NI and DVX central controllers topic. Obviously, we are looking for the IR send commands, so let's follow this link. Bingo! Now just click on IR serial send commands. Every command in this list is a way to configure the IR ports on the DVX. Take a moment to pause the tutorial and look through this list to see what some of these commands do. I'm going to choose set mode. There you have the command statement in all its detail. It explains what the command does. It shows you the proper syntax when sending this command, and it also gives you an example. I'm going to go ahead and cut out the example code so that I can paste it straight into my source code in Netlink Studio. And I'm now going to switch back to Netlink Studio and teach you how to use this command that we just copied. In this process, I'm talking about event handlers, and so I'm talking about writing the code under the Define Event section. I'm going to add a data event directly underneath the button events that I created for play and stop. The data event parameter, the DPS for the device itself, i.e. DV/DVD in square brackets. Don't forget to open up and close the braces associated with the data event. The method in this case is online. because I want the controller to configure this device's port as soon as it comes online. Another set of braces for the online method, and then paste in the example I cut from AMXPI a few moments ago. Edit the device identifier to match what is defined above, and the statement is good to go. Also, because we are following the style guide, I'm going to change the send command keyword to all lowercase letters. To quickly do this, you can highlight it, and under the Edit menu, under the Advanced option, at the very top there is a selection to make selection lowercase. It's always a good idea to compile your code as often as possible when you are new to Netlink's coding, because this will help you find errors quickly and systematically. Otherwise, it can become a near impossible task to spot errors amongst many lines of code later on. Our code is almost good to go at this point. We're just missing the second statement I mentioned, char on. So once again, back into AMXPI, cut out char on and paste it here. Now that we completed our data event for our DVD device, let's do the same for the set-top box device. I'll copy and paste the entire data event under play and stop button events I created for the set-top box. All I have to do is change the device from DV-DVD to DV-STB. Make sure you compile. IR port configuration code is done, and we're good to go.